Of course, you know this was a Hobby Lobby clearance because they were clearancing out their some of their stuff, their crafty stuff. And you know what? I bought 3. They were $1 a piece. What do we expect from me? Anything less? No. I'm tempted to keep the little heart on one of them for Alistair and Aster, but also I kind of had ideas of what characters I wanted to do these for. And to be honest, I didn't even read what was on here until, like, I was grabbing them out to paint on them. Ha! Anyway, time to start. I'm still trying to, like, get the aspect ratio on my phone to behave, because, like, I can't find the setting on this phone to change it to where I need it to be, but I did on my other phone, but my other phone isn't exactly set up to be my recording phone because it's, you know, my regular use phone. So if I were to switch and use that phone, the aspect ratio I would probably get to fit the screen, but I'd have to find probably an SD card because I just don't have enough storage on that phone. This phone is dedicated for all the filming, so I don't know, hopefully in the next few weeks I get it figured out to where my videos aren't obnoxiously bad to watch. Also, I was very proud of myself for figuring out that I could just use that and make a very nice, easy, straight edge. I mean, it did smear a little bit, but I mean, that was quick, easy fix. And, you guys know it's pink, so you know who this is gonna be. There's no secret there. It's just... But the other two, yeah, there'll be surprises. Not really. I'm very obvious. But these were... I don't know, like, part of me, like, didn't actually want to do them when I took them out to start them, but I was like, you know, I don't really feel like prepping the other project. I don't know. Let's just do this. I just bought these. Let's get them done right away so they're not sitting for 3 years and me still not motivated to do it. And yeah, I just kind of, you know, made up the design as I went along. Except for that purple. Shiny? Pretty? Yes. Mistake? Definitely. It's just, with that stripey being purple, it just did not feel right, and the ribbon on top being purple. I was originally going with pink there, but then I decided maybe that would be too much pink with the ribbon on top. No, it went with the ribbon. Why did I second guess myself? So eventually I did tear that off and put a pink one on. Also, I actually kind of like how the handwriting turned out. Like, it definitely could have been better, and I do wish I had, like, put some of the letters up a little higher, just because that Y was a little squishy doo-dot in there. But on to the white one, where it will become very obvious here right about now. Well, I don't know, I think it's obvious. White and green, and eventually I add some blue. And yeah, pretty much the base design of all these are the same. Because, I mean, you know, it keeps them uniform and all that fun stuff. I did struggle a little bit, like, I didn't have a strong idea, but then I went and looked back at some of the previous projects I did for Sage and was like, oh yeah, I forgot how cool that looked. I like that. And then the idea, I liked the idea, but it was playing with the colors that kind of got to me. It's like, no, blue. And actually, I guess the blue there didn't look too bad, but it just did not look right to me, especially at the time. So then I went off camera and I painted over that green. I was like, that's too much green. What if I added a little blue here and a little blue there? It's like, okay, well, that looks weird. And then eventually I did come up with the brilliant idea, and I painted that midsection all blue. And I was like, yep, we found it. We found the colors. which actually feels very good for me, because I tend to struggle with that more than I should, I think. I don't know why I struggle with it so much, but I do. I also struggled with some ideas down here because I wanted to do like blue, white, green, feathery things, and that just wasn't... I guess, you know, now that I look back at it, it looked all right, but at the time I was like, no! So I painted over it, and then I added the little ribbon on top and stuff, and then I wanted to add some feathers, so I literally just globbed. And then try and put nicely, I globbed a bunch of Mod Podge on there. And then, while that was drying, I flipped it over, and I wrote Sage's name on the front, which actually turned out really nice. Like, I was having a good day on the handwriting when I was doing all that. I did smudge it and I had to fix it later, but that's beside the point. And of course, last but definitely not least, blue! Technically, I guess this would be more of like an outfit color that he might wear, but... Because if I was doing like the blue of his hair, it'd definitely be brighter, but the blue the darker blue fits more his aesthetics better, I guess, because he'd wear darker colors. And, of course, we got to go through the process. The very clever process. Boy, am I smart. I'm a genius. And, no secret here either. This is Stell. Because I have been drawing and writing him a lot lately. So, yeah. And I have these wooden cutouts that I thought might work, but then I decided they were way too big. So then I was like, fine. I wanted to try and incorporate some of the blue, like his hair color blue, but that wasn't going so well. I don't know, it didn't look right, and I knew I wanted to add red either way. Like, red was for sure. And so this is how it ended up. I used red instead. And I could have used some of that blue in the background, but I didn't. Also, again, I can't complain about how this handwriting turned out. My handwriting is slop. But, I kind of like how this one turned out, too. I suppose the E is, a little off at the end. It's a little low. But, that's kind of minor compared to what it could have been. I do have some, gold, music note garland. I got a lot of it. And so I used that for the decor. He would be very, very simple in comparison to the Circus Bros. Style-wise is rather simple. He likes to do his own thing, but he also doesn't make, a big production out of it kind of thing. Those were words. Anyway, let me know what you think down below. What characters you would have liked to see. What characters of yours you would like to have done. If you hate these, if you love these. I don't know. I personally actually really, really like these. And I feel like I don't say that too often. That's not my motto. But, yeah. Anyway, until next time. Bye-bye!